Welcome to Inner Alchemy with George Stubbe, Trauma, Healing and Plant Medicine. The podcast where we explore what it means to heal, grow and transform from the inside out. In these special interview episodes, I sit down with artists, with healers, with visionaries to talk about their personal journeys, the shadows they have faced, and the wisdom they have gathered. From altered states to everyday rituals, these conversations are an invitation to remember who we truly are. I'm George Stubbe, a psychologist and musician specializing in the trauma-informed work with plant medicines and with somatic psychology. Welcome to this podcast.
I'm super excited to spend the next minutes with you, Florian.
Thank you.
And yeah, we know each other for many years now, and I would say we met through the electronic music bubble in Berlin, and
Yes.
And we both went. We both developed into different fields of music and different bubbles and different places in the world.
Yes.
And yeah, before we hit record, we already explored a few different topics and a few different chapters, and that we are both have been involved in in places where people work with plant medicine, with mushrooms, and of course music is like an incredible important part of that. I love this expression of music being the hidden therapist in those spaces. And I'm curious, like, if in your career, in your passion with music, if there was a moment where you realized that music can be more than entertainment, and that music is actually also like a medicine or a ritual. And if yes, if you can remember that moment and like what shifted for you in that.
Yeah, thank you for the question. What means music for me is transformation, definitely. And our first album with Varaika was called Formation. And that groundwork is also part of dealing with music and learning from each other, and that can be that is amplified, so to say, intensified with music, like through all the changes I made. Like, I grew up in a musical family, and my sister played the piano, and she played really well. And of course, I couldn't compete, but I played it my way, and I improvised many hours, and I opened my heart, and the tones give a kind of millisecond in response to that. And so that foundation can open up many layers to learn, to expand. And I guess within that learning, there are coming people who feel the same, who want to go the same. You're getting involved in things. And my first band was called Zari. The name was chosen by purpose. You have one piece of fabric, and you cover your body or your shames and all these. You cover things, but with one rope, with one, and we were 5 people one flute player and drums and Rhodes, and I played guitar at that time,
Wow.
and um, yeah, it was kind of jazzy. We called it porno jazz because we felt like we could play in a 70s porn movie. I played also the trumpet and kind of, so we had really a very musicality in there. And um then I expanded with Drum Spirit, another band, um playing the drums, only drums, like this Brazil stuff, a little bit more dubby. I played with organ and mini moog stuff, like only sounds. They called me the sound master, and then there was the drum master. So we had our so to say, different worlds, and we could bring that together in Drum Spirit. And yeah, that was a wonderful band, where I feel so gracious, to be part of this ambition and direct hit. It hit me quite direct. Like, I can say, for 1 year, all my free time, every second which I could have free time, I went in the band room, and played all the time. And after that, actually, very soon after that, I met Sammy D and Zip, and then I made my electronic then I made my electronic way,
Yeah.
and by accident, because Sammy was just sampling my voice and played it to Zip, and Zip was kind of keen to make a techno track with that, and then yeah, and then so to say, and then things have been happened how they had to happen.
Yes.
And to set the seeds is something which is a little bit not really in control. You cannot control anything in your career. You can just set the seeds. That's all you can, I think. And the
Yeah.
result is result is not in your hands. That's
Yeah.
that's really something. There are a lot of very, very complicated myths in the world to learn with music. So I'm very happy that I could
Yeah.
dive deep with it.
Yeah. And from how I know you have an incredible background of different music styles, of, like, I mean, just the instruments that you play, that you just mentioned in the last few minutes, were like your voice, singing, like key instruments, piano, mini moog, trumpet, flute, so many things, and so many different styles, and yeah, and so many different settings and places. And since we already earlier on touched on like plant medicine, mushrooms, I'm curious, like, did the psychedelics or plant medicine, like, shape the way you relate to music?
It is a very silent question, because
Mm-hmm.
um, when you live with plants, mm, it's like you live with a partner who is just there.
Mm-hmm.
And And yes, with that, I'm very thankful to be surrounded with little helpers, and that could be plans, and for me, not really in particular where you want to go, like in terms of like like expansions has been like music first, like music was there first, and to say like expansion first, maybe that would be the best thing. I learned, as far as I can say, I learned to accept a coexistence in a very, very good way. And so when it comes to healing, I prefer to be very respectful. And in terms of when someone wants to go here and there, it's his choice. That's all. That is a step. The own freedom is really strong. So and freedom and music for me is really a union. As really I feel very happy that at least there is something I want to search.
Yeah, beautiful. And when you talk about music and freedom, I'm wondering, like, when you look back on yourself, on your life, like, did you always felt free to express yourself in music, or is that something that also opened up or developed over time?
By the way, I made my philosophical thesis about freedom.
Okay,
The freedom,
wonderful.
The topic of freedom in Kierkegaard, because I love his acid. Also, I love Kierkegaard. I'm a very big fan of Kierkegaard and Karl Jaspers and Schelling.
Can you give me? I'm not familiar with him. No, maybe you can give me
Schelling
like just
really,
a super short.
Schelling is really like the nature, like God, nature, and that's really really a deep romantic topic, but he expressed it as also in a very clear voice that God and the nature is one.
Yeah, beautiful.
So he wanted to go to my personal career, and then where things feel free. Yeah, of course. I mean, at least it's my choice to do where I wanted to be. Like, I studied church music, and I did yoga and actually these two things didn't went well together, so to say. For me, yes. For me, very much. And but not really not really clear. Like, so every, like, things, structures also, they have benefits, but they have also boundaries. So when it comes to spiritual life and organizing spiritual life, it already it already comes to a kind of structure, and then there comes some things within which may be where things can get complicated. But for me, like my vision of God and of spiritual life is freedom itself. And freedom itself is just growing. So in that way, it's also nature. And
Yeah.
what happens when you are outside and when you just let the plants grow how they grow? Then people think of you, oh, that's a loser. He just lets the plants grow how they grow. No, we have to put things in order, and we have to, call the gardener to at least make up the greens, and all these kind of structures can complicate things. And when you do music professionally, it doesn't mean that it's all day sunshine. It means also that you get strokes and that you overcome obstacles which are inherent in this job.
Yeah.
And I'm not really sure if I can recommend any job, because that's very, very a unique choice. And a job is passion, and also listen to the inner voice.
Yeah, I totally agree.
If it's rightly understood. And when someone comes, oh, I have problems in the job, there's here and there and this. Oh, I love working with wood, but now I'm a professional carpenter, and it makes it so complicated. Or I'm bankrupt because like I didn't make the job well, or anything, or some things happened. That's it has a lot of reasons why a change happens. And definitely it's too easy to ask the medicine and the change will be there. No, the change is there, and it's always there. It's just the openness, the connection with the inner self. That's that is the ultimate how to say, I don't know, like a good yogi says, like 10 times breathe in well means like your life is good. And he's right. He's totally right. And a lot of stuff in the yoga tradition can help to activate to listen to the inner voice. And in that way, that's why I'm right at the moment on the path for opening a yoga studio and choosing
so to pass that on,
the path of yoga.
Wow, that's so beautiful. And I like what I hear like as recurring themes when you share is like inner voice, seeds, nature, like natural growth, like kind of a wild growth or like not controlled growth. And yeah, how this is like also really about freedom and like freedom of expression, freedom of growth. And I'm curious, like on your own journey of like following your inner voice, or maybe even discovering it, or like making it more clear, uncovering it, like what role did music play for you on that path, as a tool, as a modality, as a how in what way was music important for you to for your own growth journey?
To gain values, which really means something to me, like togetherness,
Mm,
like
yeah,
serious togetherness.
yeah.
And I maybe called it band vibe for many years, but it was far more than that.
Yeah.
It was really this togetherness. And then you realize, okay, is that what satisfies you? Is it this outside, or is it in myself that what needs there to be
Mm-hmm.
satisfied? It's actually like a lot of what you can do, psychologic work, so to say. But in music are complicated values, sometimes needed to develop. For
Yeah.
example, reading the manual of a Sanson is
It's a
is a
synthesizer, right?
serious thing. A
Yeah.
serious, complicated thing. And even if you read it afterwards, you don't get the clue that easily. And sometimes the clue is hidden. And I love that. I love that, really getting into getting into and also getting into an impulse which we definitely dream of. And sometimes electronic music is replacing something, or is a reduction something. And this whole discussion of electronic and organic music, what? No. This is really, in the electronic world are so many great impulses, unique impulses. And I was always very stunned by these impulses. For example, Tiki Man Rhythm and Sound Showcase, this album.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, there is someone who sings about deep meaning, and the meaning hits you or not, right? And there is a reggae dub history in this music, which is amazing, because actually that's how I get it. I met a friend who is a dub collector, and he showed me that album. He came from the reggae context, from the roots reggae context, and showed me that album, and seriously blown me away. And what actually also blown me away was this breathing of the compressors, the breathing of the density of everything. It was like the whole air is electrified, or the air is breathing, and so to say. All these kind of things just done with an album. That's it. With in that way, that's a drummer who plays a drum outside in the savannah of Africa. He will understand what this album is about.
Mm.
And that is the biggest that's if these things get together, if they have something to say to each other,
Mm.
that is really that's really music, like making understand,
Yeah.
different cultures who maybe don't able to talk with each other, and then it's just there. A lot of albums and I'm pretty sure everyone has a lot of at least some of these albums. That's really like very, very touching. So yeah, that's why I always moved on into music, still on. Yeah. And the Atmos, for example, right now is actually transforming that what I was talking about, a little bit more different and elaborate now. And I see great potential in that, because yeah, like my parents are really into acoustic music, like playing the gongs and sounds, so to say, right?
Yeah.
And actually, we could never really talk about music, but we have a deep understanding of music, and that's a great opportunity, that there's something to express, and the other can get that as far as he can listen. And listening is a good tool for learning.
Yes, that's so true. That's so true. And I find it quite fascinating, like that that you, as you shared earlier, you studied church music, you studied yoga, you then got more involved into electronic music, and I'm curious, like, from my own experiences and from what I heard from many musicians, especially many like DJs, electronic musicians who tour a lot, and who play like every weekend around the world, it can also really have a toll on your mental health and your physical health. What is your experience with that, and what helped you to navigate this world that also often glamorizes excess and like parties and substances?
I mean, traveling is beautiful. And
yes, it is.
I love traveling, and I don't care about it. When you talked about like when you talked about music, church music and yoga at that time, for example, I had already like a beautiful group, Glowing Glisses, and also the Pantitech project. They went on world tour, but I couldn't go on world tour because that was my studies in that time. So actually, they sampled we put a sample player full with my vocals, and then my voice went on the Pantitech world tour with the sampler. And it was very funny because then later on I could have the chance to play at these places where Pentitech already played. Then years
your
before,
voice already traveled.
my voice already were there, yeah. And so sometimes it's very, very great to manifest yourself mentally already on stage or at the club or in the city where you want to destinate. Because then the time in between, you hold your attention in the time of traveling. You don't lose. You don't lose your inattention. So actually, like, I read I'm still reading a lot of books, and right now with building up the yoga studio, for example, it's super hard to find the moment to read. And when I had this excessive, so to say, excessive touring, I was reading 10 times more and strong stuff, like even, like Kierkegaard. I mean, I was the Kierkegaard stuff. It was just like I could really like inhale these thoughts, these complicated thoughts, and the whole travel was given me inspiration also to digest that. And I can have that here in front of my house. I'm very happy that I don't need this kind of touring anymore in that way. And yeah, everyone has to do that with themselves. I mean, definitely. Someone likes it, someone doesn't. I really love it in terms of the time and the possibilities which occurs to me is amazing. You went into this glamorous thing, and I really skipped that because actually yeah, there are a few moments to feel glamorous. And I'm very thankful for that. But it's also like the main thing is this intensity with in the concert, in a concert, for example, or even a rehearsal, like this. It doesn't matter where in which hotel you stay. It matters with whom you are playing, or with what kind of music you play.
Yes.
I mean, that's the biggest glamour what you can have, if you really can do what you want in that moment.
Yes.
And
again, freedom in a way, right? Like freedom to play what you want to play and with whom you want to play it. Fair to say
yeah,
that?
it can trick you a lot. This kind of thought can trick you a lot. Would say more just be real. Be real. Just be real and honest.
What does that mean to you what does it mean to you being real?
It means that you really have a feeling of all contexts where you are in, where you are involved, and who you are. What you can give. What I don't want to play a jazz concert in a techno club. I'm not there. I'm not there in that way. If I feel that have a jazzy if I have a jazzy if I'm in a jazzy mood, and I'm playing with Varika live, for example, then it's very it would be not good if I just go there and play jazzy. Play my whatever this thing. I'm there with my partners, and my partners also they are not only my partners, also an audience, or there are, and also maybe if I'm in a concert, in what situation I'm in. It's like it is being very honest. If I'm very honest to everything, then I'm pretty sure that my jazzy vibe in the moment will be there. I don't need to force it.
It's like what's coming, if it comes through in this moment and it's authentic. That's how I would see it.
It can trick you.
Can you explain to me what you mean with it can trick you?
Yeah, totally. It is. You want to say something?
Mm-hmm.
Is that necessary? And what is the background, maybe also from where you are, from where you are, from where you from where you take the language, and it is also good to be wise in terms of taking care, and not just letting out whatever comes. It's it goes a little bit now in this more how in what relationships maybe mean, or all this kind of stuff. And music is just a beautiful it's beautiful mirror, for me at least, to grow as good as I can with that what I'm doing, with the piano music. I'm playing a lot of piano, and trying to get better with Scriabin, and from there then moving into its spheres. And I could not. I'm so happy to play his music.
Yeah, it's like a Russian composer, correct?
Yes, it's a Russian composer from 1905, 1915 were his last compositions. But I mean, he really like dropped in, opened up a language which is for me just amazing to listen. So it's not that I'm getting silent, that's not true, but taking care with paying respect to inspiration.
Yeah.
And then healing.
And then healing.
And then healing.
Because
and the ultimate impulse is just there. Because this ultimate impulse is can be so strong that it's better if I'm out. And yeah, that's what music can do. Music. What we can do also. And I'm very happy that we really put music in the focus, because I have a feeling that a lot of modern directions try to distract us from deep listening.
Yes.
And it is,
it's a fast-paced stuff, right? Like you can't listen if you're like always like on the go, or always like consuming more and more and more.
yep, you're losing the holy grail, the holy thing on the way.
Yeah.
And you think you're so on the way, it's so whoa, whatever. I don't want to express I can even talk about myself that that I'm very, very thankful that due to the music, things occur to me, so to say. Yeah.
That's so beautiful.
Like setting these seeds in music, so to say. Right. Yeah. And these are strokes. Yeah, I'm not really sure if they're beautiful. It's sometimes serious. It's sometimes very nasty. Yeah. Yeah. It's sometimes really nasty to realize the difference.
Difference between?
The difference between worlds. Yeah. 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 Music or healing or growing. We can find we have, it's a very simple word, right? Growing. Yeah, super. Great. We can adapt it. And everyone can adapt that. But growing in music, what means that? Studying 7 years jazz and playing all the jazz standards? Does that mean to grow? Yes.
To play super fast licks. Does that mean to grow?
Playing super fast licks is amazing. Or playing the gong.
Well, something like with my singing teacher in Amsterdam, she really led me to listen very closely to Leonard Cohen, and like something that she finds fascinating about him is that the way she hears his music, he has this ability to sing every word with the emotion of this word, of the emotion is like in everything. And yeah, I think that's something that I find extremely inspiring, and to be able to really express yourself, so to speak, in your music or in singing, and like leaving away all the masks and false identities, or all the layers in between. And I think that's also something that's really touching others. And I'm aware of the time, and like as a last question, I would love to ask you if your music could leave one message behind after you're gone, what would it be?
Why? Why does it need this words? Words are not the right equivalent for for a really good gift. A really good gift surprises you.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes. One word. I mean, let's see. I mean, I hope there is a lot of things to come. And if you want to label the music which I have done, and it's, I mean, there was one a label which was very strong. Kind of, I felt was dropped out by Groove, and when there was this Federleicht big hit, and I dropped some albums in a year with different projects, and then they said like, oh, the voice of techno. That was a big, that was a big frame. And nice. But I don't feel that is a good one, because like I even recorded a Bach. Like my recent 2 album was a Bach recording.
Mm-hmm.
So kind of, please. That's, I don't hide. And but everyone has to start searching.
Yeah.
And I'm fine if you can say, oh, that was an honest research. Bringing that to one phrase. Yeah. Also, our talk right now, I think, with the honesty is really something as a honest research, I think. That also brings everything together, like, and you don't see where it's come from, but it was an honest research. It still is. That could be a frame.
Thanks so much, Florian.
Best.
What's the best way if people want to find more about your work, what you're up to at the moment? Like, where can they find all of that?
They can come to Deep Halls, to the Alma Yoga Studio, which is gonna be open in like in a few weeks, and we do Zen therapy, and we do like body work, like serious body work, and different types of yoga courses, and some retreats are on the way, and
Amazing.
kind of a future togetherness, so to say, and also a kind of direct impact. Like when people want to change, like people want to find a time, like we are trying to put an extra house where people can have their own time for retreats, and then they can whether it's food or any other problems which occurs and where they need to feel to balance, they can have up to 2 weeks. They can have a dial in and take a time here. Yeah. So I think the direct way, also giving me a call, is still the best. And yeah, everyone is welcome to do that. It's already a big way to to come and to be there and to dial in and to book in. It's already, that's already the way. Like, yeah, the social stuff is nice, but it's also like digesting, like we consume all that stuff, and it's a lot of, it's overconsumption in that way. I think I'm trying to work out in a different way.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Florian.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much for joining me on Inner Alchemy. If today's session resonated with you, consider sharing it with someone who might benefit. To explore more or work with me, you can visit my website, georgestuby, stuby.com, or you can find me also on Instagram as I am George Stuby. And yeah, until next time, may you stay present and embodied and in flow, and sending you much love.